Yeah, with the deal, my people. You know what it is. The Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one. And this one is Batman vs. Superman. Spoilers for this whole motherfucker. Review, recap, and where the fuck can they go forward with this? Alright, so I went to go see this movie, and believe you me, I am a big fan of superhero movies, and I went with this movie, and I wanted to love this movie. With all the hype, the build up, and the years and years of building this whole thing up, I look so much forward to this movie. Now, I will say that I am overall more Marvel fan than a DC fan, but Batman is my favorite superhero of them all. So I think it kind of balances it all out, you know what I mean? So, first I had to say, I'm not going to go into what I liked, what I didn't like, and all that. I'm just going to talk about the movie. I have no script. I have nothing. I just seen it. I just got home. I sat down. I'm just going to give you my thoughts on this movie. First off, I'll go through a couple of characters that are there. I'm going to start with Lex Luthor, if that's what you want to call him. Disgusting. It was one of the worst performances of a superhero villain I ever seen. That is not Lex Luthor. If you're gonna have this guy acting like a fucking buffoon, right, and doing all this, and all this stuff like that, then change his name from Lex Luthor, because that's not Lex Luthor, right? So if you're willing to already change the way the character Lex Luthor has been portrayed in the comic books, in any animated series, and you're willing to change him all the way up and make him this fucking batshit fucking retard, right? And you're willing to do all that with him, then change his name, because that is not Lex Luthor whatsoever. It was ridiculous. He wasn't scary, if that's what they were going for. He just looked like some punk, some dude you put between your ass cheeks and fart on and sent on his way. It was everything was terrible about it. I really wish I could say something good about it. I have no idea why he was even involved in this movie. I have no idea anything. There's nothing for him. He's just there. And DC has had a problem with villains, and I think the biggest problem with this movie, one of them, is the villains. They just can't get it right. I mean, if you look at the Kingpin on Daredevil, he's a far more superior villain than any villain DC has shown, especially Lex Luthor. I can't even, Lex Luthor, it's not Lex Luthor. He is just some, I have no idea. And I don't know if that's what they told this kid to do with it, or if this is what he went with on his own. But the bottom line is the director, Zack Snyder, he should have seen it and nipped that shit in the bud and been like, nah, we gotta get this shit right. Lex Luthor to me is like a Victor Von Doom type guy. You know what I mean? He's like a little finger Victor Von Doom type guy. He pulls the strings in the background. Everyone thinks he's a legitimate businessman, but he's classy. He's suave. He's like Telly Savalas. You know what I mean? Would be a great Lex Luthor. That's Lex Luthor to me. Not this guy hopping around like Alice in Wonderland or something like that, and making all these things. And I got your mom, so now you gotta do what I say. Really? Superman? Superman gonna grab that dude? Really? You got my mom, son? Just grab that dude up and fly him up in the air, hold him by one foot. That's all you gotta do. Come on. I mean, it just didn't work for me, Lex Luthor. Next, the Congresswoman, this chick, I thought she did a decent performance, but the whole Jodie Foster, it was like a Silence of the Lambs type situation, type Sarah Palin type thing. I know how to roll around in the pig shit. Do you really? Okay, because this whole shit seems like pig shit. Straight up. So, I did not like that whatsoever. Let's go through Batman. Batman, Ben Affleck, first as Bruce Wayne, phenomenal job. I think he did a great job. I have nothing bad to say about that. I was very happy. Even when he was first cast, I thought good things, and the man just delivers. He's big enough. He's finally the Batman that looks diesel enough to be Batman. You know what I mean? He looks ferocious enough. He looks big. He's thick enough to do some damage to somebody. All these other Batmans, all these skinny dudes who can't really buy it. But him, when you see him stand up and Superman's right there and he stands up, you see he can hold his weight with him. You know what I mean? How he got this Iron Bat suit they didn't really explain how it just can't. It popped up, and the movie itself was just. It was boom, the boom, jumping from here, jumping from there, jumping from here, jumping from there. And I did not like that. Let's see who else. Superman, Henry Cavill, you know, he's Superman. So I have nothing bad to say about him. Lois Lane is, you know, I don't think of her. She's alright. There's nothing great there. Nothing. That's more, I would think, of the script that they're portraying more than the actors themselves right there. The Doomsday was disgusting. That was disgusting. It looked like a Stretch Armstrong, like you burnt your Stretch Armstrong back in the day and you put him out there. That's what it was. Just a terrible character. I hate the fact that they made him have this big face beam, especially if you're gonna have, you know, eventually Darkseid be your #1 guy, and his weapon is the Omega beams from his eyes. Why are you gonna have the first movie? You're gonna see Superman shoot his heat vision, this guy's gonna shoot his shit, and they're gonna battle each other. You know you're gonna see that with Darkseid. You're gonna show that in the first fucking movie? I mean, I didn't like it. I didn't like the fact that Superman died twice, basically. I mean, it was just, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. I really don't. I don't know. When they were writing this and they had this there and they said, you know, we're gonna kill him, we're gonna bring him back, and then we're gonna kill him again. And this. If you're gonna kill him once, let him be dead, and then continue on from there. You're gonna have him. He has to be the one to do this heroic situation with the staff and stab Doomsday at the end. I mean, that's the reason why you bring him back for that. It made no sense. I would have rather seen Wonder Woman stab him with the staff and Superman been dead already. You know, if you're gonna do it like that, it would have been better for me. As for Wonder Woman, since we did bring her name up, Wonder Woman got the dot. She did it's phenomenal. No, great, no, good. Good enough that I believed that she's Wonder Woman. When I seen her physical build in the beginning, when she was first cast, I did not think that she could pull it off, because to me, Wonder Woman's an Amazon chick. I like to see, you know, a woman as a big chick, big boobs, you know, big arms, big chick. And I thought that she should be something like that. But seeing her portraying her and everything else, she does make me believe that she is Wonder Woman. I'm happy that she's Wonder Woman. And really don't have anything bad to say about her. How she has the computer skill to go through the metahuman files and all this stuff. And I guess it's not that skill, just the click here, click there. But I don't know why she was the one. I would have rather seen Lex Luthor going through them. Or, you know, and seeing all that stuff, and it would at least brought something to Lex Luthor that gave him some type of, you know, reason for doing everything. Shown, you know, I've been investigating all these people and investigating them, and this is why I have to stop this. It was all over the place, the movie. That's the best way I could put it. It was all over the place, and that's terrible that it was. Who else is in this? I'm about to say stupid movie. No, I don't mean that. It just let me down so bad. It was so bad. So much looking forward to this for years, and this is what I get. It's just, I can't believe it. Batman, Superman, Henry Cavill, his mom, who cares? His dad, Kevin Costner, real quick, who cares? Lex Luthor was terrible. As for the Flash, the dream sequence didn't even look like the Flash. If I didn't know it was the Flash, I would never known. If I just came in the movie theater and just watched that movie, I'd never know that was the Flash. That was terrible. It just looked terrible. Whatever he was coming through in the dream and this boom tube type situation, it didn't look good. He didn't look good hanging out of it. It just looked like shit. I didn't like it. The cyborg thing, I did like the way they did the cyborg thing. I thought that was good. I thought that was one of the best parts in the movie. Actually, the little cyborg thing there was good. I liked the Batmobile chases. I liked everything with the Batmobile, and I liked the Batwing. That was great too. So there were a lot of things that were good with it. But when you look at it overall and you start breaking this down piece by piece, I just can't see how anyone could say that this was a good movie. I can't see how anyone could say they want to see this again. I have no desire to ever see this movie again. Ever. Not whatsoever. I had no desire to even do this review, to tell you the truth, because I'm so disappointed in this movie. Who else is in this movie, and what else goes down? I mean, I did like the magic lasso. Where she pulled it out of, I have no idea, but I did like the magic lasso. I thought that looked good. This movie was just it was down. If I got it, my number for this movie is a 4, straight up. I can't get it even. It's a 4. And for all the money it's probably gonna make and they spent on it, it's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I had to fight to keep watching it. I kept checking my watch while I was in it. And I watched it in 3D, and I think that may have gave it an even extra boost just because of the 3D, and it was still not good. The Aquaman scene, Jason Momoa, it was nothing. I mean, you might as well not showing it at all. You see him flying there, swimming, and coming at you. So exciting! You know, it just fell flat on so many different levels that I really don't want to beat a dead horse, you know, and that's the biggest problem with it. It didn't flow. It jumped all over the place. The characters' motivations were not clear. It just didn't work. I mean, the fighting scene with Batman, the one with the nightmare scene was terrible. It looked so choreographed. The second one, when he saved Martha, was a good fighting scene. That was much better. But I thought it was a little slow. You know what I mean? When he shot the hook and he pulled the guy's gun, it was a little slow. They could have sped that up just a little bit, and it would have gave more Arkham style. That's what they were going for, the game. And I think you would have had a little bit more better flow if you just sped that up just a little bit. But it was, but that was the best fight scene in it. The Batman versus Superman fight itself. No. And the reason when Superman comes back, you know, before the fight, I need to talk to you. I just wanted to. You talk to me. I'll get you. It just didn't work. And then Lois Lane coming at the end and stopping. Hey, stop it! Don't kill him. I mean, really. And the reason why he stopped to kill him is because he said Martha. Out of all this shit, you had Bruce Wayne, right, go through, Superman, they killed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people and did all this damage. And he did all this shit and kicked his ass all around town and spun him around and got him to this point. And this because the guy said Martha, it made him stop. Why would you say that name? Why? Why? Do you know why? Come on, man. You could have came up with something better than that. You know what I mean? Animated series. Watch the animated series. The animated series. Batman vs. Superman, Public Enemies. Great! You know? Take some of that. Any one of them would have been better than that. Because the animated series is phenomenal. I really wish I could talk some more about this movie. I think I've covered all of the main characters. There's probably some side characters that I did not say anything about. And that's probably good. But where I think they could go from here to get this better and get this back on track, number one, you have to let Ben Affleck direct it. That's number one. And number two, you're going to have to let Ben Affleck direct it. Number three, you got to let Ben Affleck direct it. Get this dude directed, get different writers, and it had some good points. Just, you know, I just don't think they knew what they were going for. I think at some points they wanted to be a little Civil Wars, and then at some other points they wanted to be just like the first Superman. It didn't fit. It did not blend. It did not mix well whatsoever. Damn, it's fucked up. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I could say about this movie when I watched it? It was so boring. It really was boring. I don't think there's any other characters I could talk about. I mean, the Lawrence Fishburne did a good job. Every joke fell flat. I didn't laugh at one joke that I was supposed to laugh at. You know, a lot of the major scenes were already shown in the trailer, and It's terrible, man. This is really terrible and really disappointing to me. I had big, high expectations. Zack Snyder, he did Deion Ferris's music video. That's one of my favorite songs of all time, and I always liked him. And I really wish he would have came through with a better showing for this one. But unfortunately, it wasn't. Just like I said, I'm not going to be a dead horse. I know there's a lot of stuff I'm probably leaving out. I mean, this kryptonite, the whole Zod situation, the whole how he took this guy's fingerprints and no one else thought about doing that. He just, oh my God. And this pit that resurrects people, this Lazarus pit inside the ship, it's just terrible. It was just terrible. This guy, you have the knowledge of a vast universe, and that's the best thing you can come up with? Some fucking burnt Stretch Armstrong looking piece of shit? It was just terrible, terrible, terrible. Well, I wish I could give you a better review. I'm sorry I'm not trying to be bad. I really tried to love this movie, and I'm not bashing it. I'm just saying the truth in the way I feel. And the truth is, this movie gets a fucking 4. So, if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace! And stay sexy.